Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, August 10th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. After the Kawhi Leonard trade shook up the entire San Antonio sports scene a few weeks ago, things have been relatively quiet around the Alamo City. But this weekend, classic physique standout Nick Cavallaro will be hoping to change all of that. As of today, the Mile High Muscle product is less than 24 hours away from making his pro debut right there in the heart of Texas at this year's San Antonio Pro, where he and his team are planning to come out and bring some major heat. According to Cavallaro, he's bringing 15 pounds of new muscle and the best conditioning of his career to the stage this weekend. And all you have to do is take one look at the photos to know that this kid isn't messing around. This lineup in San Antonio is definitely wide open at this point, so I wouldn't put it past someone like Cavallaro to step up and get after it while the getting is still good. If you've been paying attention to some of these box scores in the men's physique division over the last few weeks, then I don't have to tell you that things have been getting pretty weird lately. But when you're already a three-time Olympian, like veteran heavy hitter Joseph Lee, I guess you don't let small stuff get you off track. Earlier this week, Lee and his team released a few new updates that point to all systems being a go right now. If you look at the look he brought to win the Salt Lake City Showdown earlier this year, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this guy is in a great competitive space right now. And as long as he can stay the course, he has a legitimate shot at cracking the top 5 in Vegas, assuming he's at his very best. Sometimes in life, I've come to realize that it isn't so much what you're willing to do that pushes you to be great. It's more about what you're unwilling to settle for that forces you to keep going. And this year it seems like second-year star in the making, Justin Rodriguez, wasn't willing to settle for anything less than an Olympia berth. A few days after he put together a strong top 5 finish at the Tampa Pro, J-Rod got an early Christmas present when he found out that he'd officially punched his ticket to this year's Olympia stage, where he'll get the chance to stand up there with the best athletes in the business on the sport's biggest stage. Even though it's been a wild season in the media for him up to this point, there's no denying that this guy is a supreme talent when he's on top of his game. And now that he'll have an opportunity to show the world exactly who he is, I'm 100% certain that we'll see the best Justin Rodriguez ever step out there onto the Olympia stage. Other than the fact that you can find it on a map somewhere down there in South America, I can tell you very little about the country of Paraguay. But I can tell you that one of the best pro league athletes to ever come out of the country, Karina Gras, is on her way back to the Olympia stage. The 5-time IFBB Pro winner is less than 2 months away from making her 5th trip to the Olympia stage, where she'll look to finally break out of the Sin City slump that's been haunting her every time she's made the long trek out to the Orleans Arena. To her credit, Grau is one of the athletes who always likes to let her performances do the talking. And if she can pull off a top 10 finish in this insane lineup, it'll speak volumes about what she was willing to do to finally get over the hump. Psychologists will tell you that if you just stand in the mirror and smile at yourself like a crazy person for 5 minutes every day, it can literally change the way you think and help cure depression. And when you look as good as Breon Ansley does right now, you don't have to force a whole lot of smiles. The reigning and defending Classic Physique Olympia champ looks like he's ready to smile his way all the way back to the granddaddy of them all 6 weeks from now, where the smart money says that he should be still coming in as a heavy favorite. I guess when you wake up every day doing what you love and knowing you're the best in the world like this guy does, you've got plenty to smile about. But if he becomes the first athlete ever to go back-to-back this year, I can promise you that his 1,000-watt smile will end up being one of the lasting images to come out of this Olympia weekend. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.